So let's go back and take a look at the rest of our instruments. I have a little sequence here worked up. It's got a couple of drum loops in it, and then it's got 3 instruments that I wanted to point out. The first one is the EVP-88, which is a Rhodes piano. The second is the EVD-6, which is a clavinet. The third is the EVB-3, which is a B3 organ. And the fourth instrument we're using is the EXS-24, which is a sampler, and we'll talk more about that in greater detail in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and listen to the sequence first, and then we'll investigate each of our acoustic or real instruments emulations. So let's just focus on this first one, which is the EVP-88. This is based on the electric piano. There's a few different models. If we turn this dial right here, you will hear several different varieties of these. A lot of these were Rhodes pianos. There's also the Wurlitzer models. You'll notice a lot of these will have different effects. There's EQ and bass. We have drive control. There's a phaser that's built into it, a tremolo, and chorusing effects. Also, I want to point out that every single knob on this can be controlled via automation, which I think is kind of cool. So at any point, if you wanted to increase your phaser rate, or if you wanted to even change to a different type of Rhodes or a different type of electric piano, like from a Rhodes to a Wurlitzer, you can do that using automation, which is kind of cool. I also like this little button up here where we can close it and it drops down the lid on the suitcase, because the Rhodes were like a suitcase electric piano, so that's kind of fun. In any case, let's move on and take a listen to and a look at the clavinet, which is next in our list. Some of you may remember the clavinet being popularized by Stevie Wonder. And this is a great little instrument. Interesting thing about this is we have the pickup position. And as we adjust this, it really does change a lot of the sounds. Other things in here we have, in terms of effects, we have distortion, we have a compression, we have different modulation settings like flanger, chorus, or phaser. Like the phasing effect is really nice. And there is a wah effect, and we can switch between the different wahs. You have a crybaby, and we have 2 different Morley sounds, including also the resonant high-pass and low-pass filtering. You also have the ability to change the different parameters in terms of the string, its stiffness, and overall harmonics. Really flexible and really a nice emulation of a clavinet. Definitely something worth checking out if you're into this style of instrument. Let us move on to the B3 organ, which is next. This one's pretty amazing. You'll see we have all the drawbars across the top. And of course, if you have any kind of MIDI controller that would allow you to control the different parameters, you could basically map out each of these drawbars to any MIDI controller that you have, that way giving you real-time control. This also covers a different variety of organs, not necessarily the B3, but all the different models. But it's definitely and again, all of these parameters that we can adjust can be controlled by automation. You can either do it from the instrument itself, or you can go in and draw it, or use your MIDI controller for it as well. Other things in here, there's basic effects, there's distortion, of course there's the percussion sound, there's a bit of growl you'll notice down here in terms of your distortion sounds. We have nasty, different types of... Also gives you the ability to change which effect is going to go in what order, which is kind of nice, which definitely changes the overall sound. Some really nice presets, like if you're into, say, gospel sounds, you can check out the... Or maybe you're into more of a rock style, say Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water. Again, a really fantastic emulation of the B3. I'm loving that.